I think we
Really?
are live and streaming, I
Um,
guess. Um, Hi everybody. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon, evening, morning, depending on wherever you are. Um, and welcome. Yeah, we are back like we never left. So this is our first community working group. So today I'm joined by a few folks here live. I've got Shreya. Hi Shreya, would you like to say hi?
Yeah, hi there. Uh,
And I think this is the first time you joined us. Would you like to introduce yourself, how you got into the community, and what do you look forward to the community?
Hi there. I'm Shreya, and I'm currently working with Oracle Financial Services Software. I'm from India, and I joined the community. I think like 3 months back, and since then I have been contributing to it, and I was looking forward to knowing more about it and keeping up with the contribution. That's it.
Awesome, awesome, nice. Thank you so much for joining us, Shreya. One more question. Where did you hear about Async API?
I'm sorry. I mean, can you please repeat? I didn't get it.
I'm saying, where did you hear about Async API?
So I was like searching for. I mean, I was interested in open source contributions, and I was searching, and I mean, I think from my college junior one was I think Ashmit. He was contributing in the organization, and from there I picked it up because I had similar interests. So yeah.
All right, that's cool. That's awesome. All right then. I'm joined by Lucas. Hi, Lucas, again. I've got Maya, I've got Fuad, I've got Akshat, I've got Ace. Oh yeah, some old and new familiar faces here. So without wasting time, this year we are changing things up. Time is important. So without the agenda, there is no discussion. So it's 5 past. So I'm gonna quickly go through okay. How do I share the screen? Okay. So I'm gonna go through the agenda that we have today. I'm sure you can see my screen, the correct screen, I hope. So we have a few items on today's agenda. So the first item will be the discussion on the Sync API conference. Then I will hand over the mic to Akshat to discuss the Async API website. Then after Akshat, he hands over the mic to get some updates from the executive director. Then after that, I'll be back to wrap up the community call. So without wasting time, yeah, hi everybody. My name is Tuli. If you don't know me, I'm the community manager and the person mostly involved with the conference coordination working group. So today I will be updating you about the Async API conference 2025 and what's currently going on and where we at and where do we think we are going. Yeah. So the first item that I have is the conference website updates and some tasks. So the conference website is not yet ready. I'm sure you can see on the website it's saying coming soon, and we have a valuable reason for that, why it's like that. We've been facing some issues. So when we had a coming soon page displayed on the website, there have been some few Netlify settings that were not working for other pull requests. So that was something that we had to debug on the call with some of the maintainers, the conference website maintainers, Ace and Ashmit. So that has been finally resolved. And the pull request, I'm currently working a pull request together with Ace. So the pull request is halfway done. So hopefully by the end of this week or early next week, all the full information will be available on the conference website. So some of the tasks I'm sure you've seen like on the conference coordination working group. We've got Olumide and we will have Anushka who will be playing a big part in coordinating and also communication as well. So you'll be seeing less of me. I'll be there, but majority of the communication will now be done by Olumide and Anushka. So like for tasks, like for instance, Olumide has already created some issues pertaining design tasks. For instance, designing the speaker cards, designing some of the promotional content that we need. So as from next week, once the website is fully done, then I can now focus, more tasks will come and the call for contributors will also be done by Olumide and Anushka. So hopefully maybe today is the last time I'll be delivering some updates from the conference side. So next week, next coming weeks, it will be either Olumide or Anushka doing the updates. But yeah, I'll be still be around. So that's the first update that I have on the conference. I will take questions later because I think we have a lot to discuss and time as well. So the second item that I have is the conference call for speakers. Oh yeah, the call for speakers for Singapore. So Singapore is out. The CFP is out. So we're doing a call for speakers, and I'm sure Lucas is also busy. I'm gonna share it on YouTube. The link to the call for speakers. Lucas is also busy sharing emails with previous speakers as well. And Bami is busy with promoting the CFP and me on the side as well. Also, I've reached out to a few people, but I think majority will be reached out via email. So if you know anybody or see any posts that we have on social media, please repost, like, share, and so that we can reach more people as well. And third on the agenda, we have the conference sponsors. So we are looking for conference sponsors. So apart from us having like the venue and host sponsors, we need financial sponsors so that we can also enhance the conference experience. So we need conference sponsors so that we are able to cover try finances to support more speakers to come speak and support also some of the core members who are in the community to come to help with finances. So I'll also share the prospectus as well on the chat as well. So please feel free to create some posts. Please share. You don't know whoever you might reach or you think they might be interested in sponsoring, please feel free to share as much as you can on social media, on YouTube, on LinkedIn as well. So please help us reach a wider reach as well. So I don't know, is there anybody with any questions? Any thoughts on the first 3 points that I shared? I guess silence is good. I'll check. Um, I guess I can continue, right? So I guess there are no any questions. So moving right along, Akshat, are you here?
Yeah, this time I'm here
All
in the
right.
community meeting.
Yeah. All right, cool. So I have a bone to pick with you. So as you know that when we have CFP, we usually put like a banner on the website. So the banner is no longer showing on the other website as it used to. I think it changed sometime last year when I think there was a migration or something. So it's only showing on the welcome page, but not on the other pages. I don't know, is it possible to have it on the other pages as well? Because we need like more visibility on the conference, CFP, BCFP
Mm,
tickets or
yeah, makes sense. So yeah, I will look into this issue. Uh, I
okay.
feel like during the migration we removed it from certain places, and
Mm-hmm.
this happened that way. Uh, ideally, should say just create an
Mm-hmm.
issue.
Okay.
Hopefully, like one of the maintainers or someone from the contributors will resolve it in I think 2 3 days only
All right.
specifically.
Thank thank you so much. Onomide, I hope you're taking notes. So I'll assign that to you. Thank you so much, Akshat. Thank you so much, Onomide, in advance. All right, so that is resolved. So we're looking for more ways to promote the conference. And one of it is the CFP banner that is on the website. So definitely we need it on all pages. Sometimes I usually come to the website to the committee report. I won't go to the main page and I don't see it. So we need it there on all pages. Thank you so much, Akshat. All right, so one last discussion that I had, one last point that I had, plans to grow the conferences beyond the main conferences. So so we usually have main conferences, which is just limited to 6 that I usually oversee and run. So we came up with this idea, or there's the idea that I had like to expand, and based on the discussions that we had last year when we were looking for like potential venues for this year, then we came to a conclusion that it's time for us to grow. And the plan that I had is like to add meetups as part of the conference working group events. So we'll have main conferences, then we'll have like meetups on the side. So whoever wants to plan in a AsyncAPI meetup can also like organize a meetup, whether it's Spain or maybe like for instance, since we don't have a Bengaluru conference there, maybe Akshat and the folks in Bengaluru would like to have something like a meetup for us in KPI, then they shouldn't be limited just because we can accommodate the main conferences, but they can fall under the meetup category. So this is open for discussion, so everybody can jump in and share their thoughts. The floor is open.
Yeah, definitely. Like I suggested it before as well. When
Mhm.
the video of the conference venues were declared, I was very sure that okay, we will be selecting Bangalore. Then I saw, oh man, there's no India there. But no problems. Like yeah, we should ideally expand.
Mhm.
And waiting for all you guys and Lucas to come to the India, man.
But you know what? When I came to India, you were not there. That is what surprises me the most. You know, you were all pushing,
Yeah,
oh, bring Bengaluru, bring India conference. Then I went there. There was only Harry who was there, and a few folks. Then I'm like, where is Akshat? Where is Abir? But they were the ones in the forefront saying, we're coming, bring conference in India. Like, really? Is that how you do things, Akshat?
so yeah, at that time I was not full time. I was at
Mhm.
that time as an intern, so I was only for around 3 to 4 months in Bangalore. Then I have to go back for my college. But yeah, this time I'm full time, and
Okay.
yeah, I will be there in the Bangalore for most of the months. Yep.
All right. Sounds good, Lucas.
Yeah, and just a hint for you, Akshat, like when we did it last time in the postman office, it was pretty easy to get
Mhm.
approvals with local managers. So you can reach out to them. Maybe they will be open to organize it again.
I think he will listen to you probably more than me.
Yeah, I'm I'm the alumni,
The info.
so I'm not sure they will listen to me. But yeah, you can. I think you can like without expecting really any yes or whatever, you can always
Settle
check.
something.
You can always check, especially that now we have like we identified this different great actors in Bengaluru. So it's not only Postman now, it's also Specmatic people. We also have Acclivity, one guy from Acclivity, which is also one of our sponsors. Like many people, many different players located there in Bengaluru. So maybe the only thing is missing some venue and some sponsor of the venue. And yeah, I remember it wasn't really hard. From the perspective, like history perspective, like how it worked in Bangalore, the problem with Postman was not really having it done. It was more on the lack of support on the marketing side, like getting people located in Bangalore somehow advertise the event with them. But organizing the event itself, it wasn't that bad.
Yeah, I mean, India, it will be easy if it's a meetup. I think we have folks like from Specmatic, I remember. So definitely it will be something to put together from their side. So yeah, it's something that is possible if it's a meetup, then maybe expand it to something bigger. Then finally we can now have a conference, a full conference in Bengaluru. But yeah, like I said, you feel free like to organize it, Akshat, and lead the conversation. It can be like a 2 hour meetup. It doesn't have to be something big at Postman offices
Yeah.
or pick up maybe, I don't know, somewhere way central for everybody to meet up and discuss.
Yep, makes sense. Yeah, definitely I should catch up. Like there are more folks inside AsyncAPI who are from Bangalore. I think one of them you have met
Mm-hmm,
is Ruchi during the previous conference.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And yeah, certainly people will be there interested to get to as a speakers as well as to organize the things.
mm-hmm,
Regarding the marketing side, I think the Lucas made the good point that it is more important that we marketize, like we promote our conference more with the Bangalore folks.
mm-hmm,
Like they are the one who will be willing to come to the conference the most. And there are multiple tech peoples who are using the Sync API. So for them, it will be a good experience as well.
mm-hmm.
Luckily, we're smarter than 2 years ago. We have Bami,
Yes.
and we have also good contacts there, so
Mhm.
it will be easier to advertise than in the past.
Yeah, true. So yeah, so definitely one of the things is to work on the structure and how we will do like these meetups. So the idea that I had in head that since we have the main conference, once the conference website is set up, the pull requests are merged, then is to set up the separate section that details like the requirements of having a meetup. So if one person wants to organize, so maybe it will be like you need to give us like 3 months in advance before the date that you like to host the meetup. Definitely, you need to be part of the working group. Then also have these guidelines on how communication will be done. So all these meetups, for instance, if there's a Bangalore meetup, maybe in like August, so already if you give us like 3 months and we know that, okay, the point of contact person will be Akshat, who will be in charge of organizing the speakers, the venue, then we know that, okay, what we will need to do is to put as a working group, everything will be done under the conference working group, disclaimer. So you still need to follow like the speaker guidelines, like no marketing products or no promotion of products. That will be the main requirements, and that the organization should be done under the conference working group. Then definitely you need also to give us like a 3 months period before the date so that we can still organize the promotion for the meetup. Open a pull request to have the meetup as part of the conference website as well. So those are the things that we need to like have documentation on. But yeah, since everybody's agrees, then I think it's a good direction to also grow the conference. So that is one of my plans this year, to see how we can grow the conference beyond just the main conference, which I'm the one who's overseeing them. So I'm looking forward to hearing that there's a meetup in Bangalore finally, so that actions can lead. I can't wait. All right. So,
Sorry, I have
is
a
there
quick
anyone here? Sorry?
Yeah, I have a quick question for clarity. Is this same meetup same as what is inside the student ambassador, right? Because I think I discussed
No.
one meetup something with you for student ambassadors, or are they going to be following the guidelines?
So these meetups, it won't be like under student ambassadors. For everybody who likes to host a meetup, it's a Sync API meetup, and discuss all things Async API. So even if your student ambassadors wants to host a meetup, they still need to follow the guidelines that we have for all the meetups.
All right.
All right. I think we still have 2 more minutes. Anybody who has a question or addition or subtractions? All right, cool. I think there's nobody that has any additions. So I think I will just wrap up from here. Just like the key points is that conference websites for requests is in progress. So we are working very hard. So hopefully by early next week, we'll have the pull request matched and working as well. And the second point will be like call for speakers for Singapore. So CFP is open until the 23rd of February. So if you like to speak, have good content that will be valuable for the community, please go ahead and submit a proposal. Then lastly, we are still looking for conference sponsors. So please join the initiative, share the prospectus with your networks, with your contacts. Somebody you might know will be interested in also coming and sponsoring the Async API conference. So with that will be all from my end from the conference work coordination working group. So
Wait.
are we handing it over? Sorry?
Yeah, I just wanted to add that from my side, I already reached out to all the current sponsors. I've sent them the prospectus and also let them know if they want to have a chat. We can have a chat. And I can already say that like at least one gold is already secured. It will take some time for the transfer, but we already at least have one gold already.
Awesome. I like it when I hear about money. All right, cool. Thank you so much, Lucas. Akshat, the floor is yours. You can take over now.
Perfect. So yeah, I see like many of the folks are joined new to this particular meeting. So I'm Akshat Nima. I'm currently like the core maintainer of the website. And professionally, I'm the software engineer at Postman. So I work at the AsyncAPI mostly on the weekend basis. Like on weekends, you see me and I active on the Slack. Yeah, coming to the agenda, as Tuli proposed us that we have to mention it out first in the issue. So the first one was, I think I discussed this with Ace as well regarding the doc maintenance for the AsyncAPI website. So as far as like want to just confirm that is Coexili is still working with us on the docs, like we still like looking her like she will be able to contribute to the docs as a maintainer, and she will be because we have like numerous PRs which require her approval for for the merge, but I see that they are going to stay. So any updates from anyone like Julie or Lucas?
Really, you want to take this one or?
Yeah, I can. All right, so we did reach out to Katsali, so we've come up with a solution. So we will have Rohit also become a docs maintainer, and Prince will be taking the triage. So once Quetzali, we were just waiting on Quetzal to open a PR, which can be done anytime from now. Then Rohit will now be fully in charge of the docs. I'm still here for the blogs part of everything, so you won't be alone. I'll still be here to support as much as I can. So rest assured, we have a solution now for that. I hope now you are happy. I hope this is good music to your ears.
Yeah, I mean, supposedly, yeah, because I still see like many of the folks wants their particular PR or contributions related to talks to be merged, and I am not always tagged on those PRs, so I forgot about those PRs, and people keep me asking out, okay, when we expect the merge, and we still have no reviews, and at the last, I either tag you or Lucas OP's review, and we then merge it as an without branch protections. So I felt like, okay, we should not make it to a long run. We should have some appropriate now workflow that we had before to so that we have appropriate reviews and the merge approvals go in a correct manner as we do it for the code. So
Mhm.
it feels that better. Okay, yeah, that we have Rohit now. And Prince, if I remember, it's Prince Jaswal, if I'm not correct. I'm not sure about the username
Mm,
at all.
no, it's Prince from the dog side.
Or maybe something
I
like
think.
Prince Rajput. I saw like I have
Mm.
multiple names in my mind with regarding
I think you
Prince.
will see when once the pull request is open, you will see which prince is that. But yeah, it's Prince one of
Okay,
the dogs maintainership mentees, so he will be stepping in as a triager.
okay. So we will have like one triager and one main maintainer. And what about the other
Mhm.
triagers?
I think let's tackle it one thing at a time. So now the main immediate one was the dog. So now once Rohit is being integrated and we have one active triager, then we can now start to reassess like do we really need all those treasures? Are they active or should we just remove them altogether? So I think for now, let's take it one step at a time. And once Rohit
Okay,
is fully integrated and Prince are working perfectly, then I think it will be also up to them to see if they need all those treasures or it's time to make some changes regarding dogs as well.
makes sense. Yep. Okay. For the second part, I discussed this with Lucas as well. I want to know more from the contributors who are majorly contributing to the docs and blogs. What can be like your opinions if we exclude particular docs part like uh, blogs or like certainly I'm asking about the markdown files only. If we move this out to a particular repo, what will be the difficulties you would get to while contributing to it? Like, what do you think? There can be one particular difficulty you can get is that you won't be able to see the preview of what you have created directly when the deploy like inside currently the PRs you see that you get the deployment preview from Netlify at the same time and you can watch okay what blog how it will look and all the previews will be there at the same site. But then the question comes in the my question comes with that if we move it to a separate repo, what can be the difficulties you face, or what are your opinions if we do it or we should not do it? Like I think Thuli,
Okay.
Bami are the ones like who majorly contributing right now, writing the blogs and the docs.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak from like maintaining the community repo and the dogs that are there and why I feel like it'll be a bummer. So definitely having the preview is a bonus. I think I once told you about how it looks like when you are in local production, when you're running the build in local production. It's too long, it takes time. So having a preview, like really seeing it on production before making it is something that I feel is needed. So it's very difficult to write a doc and accept from having it locally. Sometimes it takes time really for those files to run. I think I shared with you actually. Then if we have like a preview, like they're really seeing it live, seeing if the images are aligning and everything is correct, then I feel like we really, or even sharing with other people to come and review is much easier. This is me. I'm not sure from other people. So having that preview is advantageous, unless if it means that that preview that is available on the website, you are also including it to the new repo, then that is a different case. Because when you're
Mm,
reviewing docs, it's very important that we have that preview so that at least, like for instance, like now the whole community web repo, we're now looking at these things. Now we need to restructure everything, how the whole, because of the workflow that we now have, and see how it looks like in production, which means like the layout that is on the community repo, we need to change it, how we are structure the docs, on which content bucket should this doc go. So that also helps if we had preview already. But when we don't, it's a different case. Like the way things are organized when there's no preview and when there's a preview is different. So that's where I'm coming from. So I don't know what others think, but like I said, if it means that when you're migrating to a new repo, we get all the benefits that we're getting when we are under the website repo, then I think it should be fine. But then if we are not, then how are you going to sell it better so that people can really actually buy to the idea?
okay, makes sense. Anyone else like want to add? Yeah.
I can only
Okay.
add that
Uh,
technically we're
yeah.
not, it's not easy solution, but technically we can enable previews in other repos.
Yeah, yeah, technically we can, but
It's not one click, but
it's a,
it's doable.
yeah, yes, means like we have to do some technical solutions over there, try to integrate some website particular things into the workflows and try to make some deploy previews for everyone. Kind of, I should say a bit tailored solution. Like I had discussed this with you as well, like what can be other things, but we'll yeah discuss with the other code maintainers as well. Because basically, I asked this question because we were looking for translation scopes, and inside translations, you will have like multiple versions of a single file, basically of the docs. And if you are making these many files inside website, it becomes then very hard to acknowledge each file. Like I have seen this particular cases in multiple repos, like particularly one in the Postman where we have a huge repo. But the problem then comes out, okay, how are we going to maintain it in terms of maintainers and how the PRs has to be maintained there? So I think I also got one suggestion from Lucas as well. We can have something like directory structure or stage of monorepos. Like monorepos is something we can integrate, but still it has to be discussed properly. Okay, what are the things that needs to be excluded, like on the terms of directory and how the code owners will be set up. That's a different set of discussion still in the like thinking, like thought process. But yeah, we'll look into it. Okay, and coming to the next one, website redesign and the dark theme. I discussed this with the Maya as well. Like we were making the plans to make it to the GSOC project idea, like because we saw that this is something interrelated to each other. Whenever we are redesigning the website, and even if we are changing making adding the dark theme, it is something related to the changing the theme inside the website, and it goes to like mainly in the front end manner, and the number of files that will be the change, or the files that will be changed in both of these ideas will be almost the same. So I propose that okay, let's make it something like in a combined manner where we have one huge issue and we can uh, make this something to the mentorship program or any to the GSOC where a single particular mentee can work on both the perspectives, both on design and implementation. But there was one thing that I was thinking that mainly during the dark theme, or that people propose that they want to implement, but from a user's set of point, when you look at the docs, uh, how do you prefer to look at the docs in a dark theme? Like, do you think dark theme is right now will be much more useful for you while reading the docs or accessing the things inside website? Like, will it be a very good use case for the viewers? Because while implementing dark theme as well, there will be some corner cases that we won't be able to make it like everything in the black or black and white concept. So want to know from the majorly from the doc standpoint and the blog standpoint on how they read it, because they are the major viewers for us.
I mean, all my websites are in dark mode, so it will be something that we need to have. I mean,
Okay.
it will be nice addition to have it on the website. And I think we've seen a lot of people asking for it. So I'm also team dark mode anyways. So
Okay. Just on a quick question, have you tried one extension that comes inside Chrome that automatically converts the colors into the dark theme? Have you tried it with the AsyncAPI website?
nah.
Okay. Okay. Someone like want to add it to it over here, like their opinions on the dark theme, or is it good in light theme only?
Uh, so we can provide a button like to switch between light and dark.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when you click
Okay,
it
yeah.
and you switch to dark, instead of switching to dark, you get a link to the extension.
Can be a good suggestion and an easy solution if we do it right now.
This one is the easiest to implement, right? It's a switch and then suggestion like, oh, you want a dark mode? Install the extension.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's like what was the difficulty during this particular issue? I would say that is the mermaid diagrams that we have, because those things I have to look that they are available in the dark mode or not, because these are just plain images
Mhm.
and
They
not
are
being
available. You should check like the
like
documentation for mermaids, because usually like when I was doing the what do you call it, the goals, so I use mermaid JS and I was using it on dark mode, so you should check out their documentation. Okay, actually you have 1 minute remaining to wrap up your
okay.
agenda.
Yep. And I have only one question left. So just like this was the main question to the Bami. Like we were looking to make the localization. Localization means like internationalization of the website, that we want multiple languages support. But with Lucas, that I was discussing this with Lucas, that he gave a nice idea to create an MVP first for one single language, and want to like now understand from your standpoint, okay, on which particular language, and also what is your standpoint on creating such localization in the website.
Okay, this part of the marketing goals actually for this year to have multiple Duolingo for our dogs. And I would not say that I have a particular local language I want us to translate to currently, but I will go look at our Google Analytics and see the country that access it more, apart from all the English speaking countries. So other localized country that access that check out our website or our documentation more, and then we can pick one of that first to translate our documents. And then moving forward, we can translate to other
Mm,
languages.
yeah, means like just want to like let you know that try to catch up those countries where we can get the audience in the more connected manner, because from their standpoint we'll be able to get, okay, either we actually need this type of internationalization in our
Mhm.
website or not. Because to be honest, from my particular perspective, this translation particular idea is a huge one. And if we are going to implement it for like multiple languages, and it gets into the idea that okay, we are now moving to the multiple languages, we have to change multiple things inside implementation, and it will be a huge idea. It can't be under like as Lucas suggested, that it can't be under a mentorship program.
Uh,
So that is something like needs to be thoroughly accessed, thoroughly like researched over there, that which country we move first for the MVP to get the correct insights.
okay.
Just a quick question. If ACE is available over here, are we still, or even Thuli can answer that. Are we, yeah, just a minute. Um, are we still looking for the GSOC ideas right now for 2025? I see the page up for it, but I forgot to add my ideas.
So just like it's been submitted already, so yeah, you are late.
Yeah, I'm late by how many days, man? How many days?
By how many hours actually? Because just like it's closing at 6 UTC.
Okay. So 6
Unless if
UTC,
you
I think
can
I'm still
speak,
left.
yeah, you can speak to Ace, and if we can
Exactly.
still like add one more, then I can quickly arrange it. But yeah, you have to speak to Ace. As long we don't reach 6 p.m. UTC, I think we can still make some additions. I'm not sure. But yeah, what I know
Mhm.
is the application has been submitted.
Okay, okay, okay.
Good
Okay,
luck.
makes sense. No worries. Yep.
All right,
Anyways,
cool.
yeah, all things good. All things
Thank,
done from my side.
all right, thanks, Akshat. You see, I'm very serious about time this year. Lucas, over to you.
Hey, do I have to do such professional introduction like Akshat? Or no, I don't? Cool. So, there are two topics on the agenda from my side, just basically to highlight two topics that are happening now in the community from the executive director point of view. So, in January, I opened a discussion within the technical steering committee to like to suggest that we should, uh, in simple words, get rid of me and replace me with a board of people. So me as not Łukasz, but me as an executive director. Because when we joined Linux Foundation a few years ago, the agreement with Linux Foundation was that because it's a new project, the governance model is pretty unique, then we should have this um, like um, I don't know how to call it, like a secure, like to secure the community in case of there are gaps in the governance model. I don't know if some specific bad actor wants to take over the project. So to secure from such situations, they wanted us to, like they suggested us, and we did it, to add an executive director role to the charter. It was Fran, the founder of AsyncAPI at the beginning. Then I was appointed by the community to continue this role. And I think after all these years, we proved to be a pretty healthy community, um, which means I don't believe we should depend on me, because also the problem with like um, the current problem with the role is that it sounds super professional, like director, and many people reach out to me. And I sometimes have the feeling that people reach out to me just because I'm director, not that because I really have to share my opinion. So I think that we're community-led project, a community-driven project, and we should basically have a board, governance board, starting with 3, then regularly having 5 members that can share the load, and that we don't have to depend on this one single person, because like if we have just one person, then this bus factor, which basically means that you never know when I can get hit by a bus, and then what? Then we are gonna have few months of chaos, not knowing, like because I'm not able to share all the knowledge I have with other people. There's a lot of hidden knowledge just in my head, or some somewhere on my computer in my notes. And we basically have to have a board of people that can share the load and be safe from the bus factor. So that's the new governance board suggestion. It's a huge change, so we don't rush with voting. So it's still in the open for discussions. Please feel free to look into the PR, share your opinions. And like we have February, and I think the best would be if in March we can kind of finish the discussion and maybe submit it for voting. And yeah, let's see. And then yeah, I of course I'm not going anywhere, just to clarify, because Akshat asked this question in the pull request. No, I'm not doing it because I want to go away from AsyncAPI. It's just that I really I'm open source fanatic, and I truly believe it's in open source there's no place for a single director. It's really better if we have a board of people. And the next topic, or actually before next topic, any questions about the governance board?
Yeah, I do have. So yeah, like you said that we will have a governance body maintaining all the things. So what do you think? Like you suggested around 4 to 5 people being inside the government's body. So how active, like what roles and responsibilities like you should like they would have, and how much active they should be inside the community. Like if you look from my perspective, like I am only active in the community on the weekend side. I don't come on the weekdays usually because I'm busy over there. So what can be like your particular suggestions, or what you put as a rules and guidelines for the government's board members on how much time they should devote to the community in making the things, and how much they should be active?
It's a tough one. Like, I mean, tough question. It's really hard to estimate because now I'm doing many things, and for me, it's still not full-time job, even though all the things that I'm doing, it's not uh, it's not a full-time job for executive director. Um, I'm regularly in the community, even though unemployed, but almost every day. Um, but I'm not main only for executive director thing. I'm also maintainer in the generator, and I also am involved in many other projects like mentorships, and these are not part of the executive director role. And the idea of having the board is actually to even split it more. So it really, I don't think we can expect, I don't expect in the future a situation like we had a few years back that Postman came in and hired a bunch of people from AsyncAPI community to pay them full time to work on AsyncAPI. That was a unique situation that if it happens again, I'm gonna be super surprised. Which means we have to understand that we operate like any other open source project, mainly on volunteers. Sometimes people that work at some company that is a sponsor and they also have some more time. So there's a lot of duties for executive director. They all will be transferred to governance board, and it's really up to the governance board how they will split it. If it's gonna be like per topic split, so one person in the board just responsible for talking to sponsors, one person in the governance board just responsible for holding all the passwords and access rights to all the applications, one person to respond to security issues, one person to like it really it's I th- it's not part of this pull request to define this, and I think it's really up to the governance board how they will split. I also offer my help for the coming months once the governance board is set it up. And for example, I'm not part of the board. then I will for sure help and do some knowledge sharing, etc., etc. But I think that it's completely fine, and actually not fine. It's like we have to accept that having a full-time Async API maintainer outside Async API stuff is going to be as rare as how to come to as rare
Yes.
as a snow in Poland in the summer. So you see, I could be a poet. Um, so yeah, I don't think it's going to be a lot of work just to in too long didn't read. I think that that person that is spending time on Async API just over weekends, and of course sometimes have time to have a meeting in the afternoon during the working week, it's a completely great candidate for governance board, especially with your experience, actually, in the knowing how much you know the community.
Yeah, wish to be there. Only part is that the bandwidth. I still say I only have 24 hours in a day. And yeah, it
Yeah.
always happens that after I do my job, it becomes a bit tricky and tough for me, like to come to the Sync API at around 9 or 10 p.m. to
Yeah.
answer everything and to see all the things, or to maintain everything at the both sides at the same time. So yeah, I usually choose my time at the community during the weekend, and when I go to the weekend, okay, yeah, everyone is inactive except me, where I'm doing all the missions. But yeah, it is a rare thing that we will be able to get someone who is precisely very active, like on the day-to-day basis. But we require such people on the governance board. And I won't say it's we require them to be active like a perfect job, like a full-time job, but something we are able to devote at least around 2 to 3 hours per day, so that they could able to answer the community and get to know about, okay, what are the current issues, what we have to do the actions, and what is the requirement we have for now.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that you asked this question. It kind of gives me an idea that once we are done with the discussion and we're open for setting up the board and the candidates, I will actually communicate publicly that whoever is considering applying to be part of the governance board, I can have a one-to-one meeting to answer any questions, like go deep dive into the duties of the executive director, explain how much time I spend on things, because many things can be really automated, made it easy, like contact with sponsors. In the past, it was taking me so much time. But for example, now I just use some free tool, a CRM that I learned from other foundations, how they do contacts, and like now contacting sponsors, it's like, damn, it's like just 2 clicks and that's it. So yeah. That's something that I'll keep in mind to offer to the community. And I see the time is ticking, like the time is out. So anyway, unless you have some questions about the budget, if you had a chance to have a look into the proposal for the budget, it's still in discussions. So whenever you have some questions, please join this issue that is shared in this agenda. And I'm waiting for your questions until Friday, as far as I remember. And on Friday, I would like to kick off voting with technical steering committee members. So in March, we can already have new bounty, etc. But yeah, too long didn't read. We have enough money. That's, I think, the most important, at least for this year. And that's it from my side, if there are no questions.
All right, cool. All right, thank you so much, Lucas, Akshat, for sharing the agenda. So I still have one more item on the agenda. The AsyncAPI Q2 bounty program is likely to start on the 2nd of March so we'll start accepting issues from the 2nd of March until the 20 something, until the end of the month. Let me quickly double check. So it's gonna start from the 2nd of March until the 23rd of March. So maintainers, if you are listening, start digging up those issues that you'd like to be submitted for the bounded program. So once it's open, you can start sharing those issues. And yeah, that will be all from my end, from the boundary side of things. So just to summarize the meeting today. So today's our first meeting. So I can see that there are some people who didn't submit their agenda in time. So next time you must submit in time so that you get to discuss. I know Ace is hiding somewhere there. But anyway, so the next meeting will be on the 25th. So once that the issue, I'll share it. Once I share the notes, you'll also get the link to the next meeting so that you can share the items that you would like to be on the agenda. So apart from that, I think the main key points was the conference website and the docs maintenance for the AsyncAPI website. I think that will be resolved in the coming weeks. And then also we'll see if the work. I'm sure Akshat will update us what he thinks about the dark mode or the light mode. Then one of the most important discussion that is currently going on is the new governance board. I've shared the link on the chat, so please do check out and make sure you participate. And if you have any questions, please send them through because this is an important discussion in the community. So we would love everybody to be involved. And budget voting will be done on Friday, so you still have a few 2-3 days to check it out and also share your concerns, or if you feel like there's something that we should do, there's some money we should allocate, or you have some questions about some balances there, you need to share. So yeah, I'm wrapping up the meeting now. I don't know if there's any last points that I might have missed. I only left with 1 minute.
Time boxing like a pro.
You are what?
I'm saying like you did time boxing like a pro. Like that's it.
You
It's
know what? This is why you shouldn't send me to conferences. Everybody will be like, I'll be like, time is up, time is up. So I learned it from there. So yeah, actions.
right.
Any last, I still have, I don't know, 30 seconds.
Okay. Just a call out, I see that the GSOC application deadline is 16 UTC, I believe, 18 UTC.
Uh-huh.
Um, uh, can I still submit the PR in just half an hour? We can merge it out and resubmit the application if possible.
Okay, just offer the PR and call me, then just make the edits that I needed on the PR, then just ping me. I'll get it arranged.
Sure. Yep, I'm creating it right now and we'll
All
update
right.
it. Correct.
Okay, cool. But it's my time for cooking, so make sure you pick me in time. Otherwise, I might miss the notification. All right, cool. Thank you so much for everybody who joined us today. I hope to see you in the next 2 weeks. So on the 25th of February, same time. I think this time works best. So I will not change the time. So same time in 2 weeks' time. And thank you so much. I see we had a full house today, and we hope to see you on the next community working group meeting. I'll also share the notes on the announcement channel and on the issue here. And if you have any questions about the community or some of the discussions that we had, feel free to reach out to either Lucas, me, or Akshat, either on the website, community working group, community, is it conference coordination working group channel? So feel free to send in your questions, or you can also click on the issues that are open and also share your concerns or if you have any questions. Apart from that, thank you so much for joining me and the rest of the community that is present here. And I hope you have a fantastic day further. With that, bye everybody.
Bye.